Welcome to the Black Mirror Podcast.
Join host Ho-Ho as he discusses the riveting Netflix original series,
Black Mirror. Now, here he is, Ho-Ho-Ho.
Welcome to the Black Mirror Podcast, and as always, I am your host, Ho-Ho. And today we are going to be talking about the entirety of season 4. This is the season 4 recap, where we're going to be discussing all the episodes, all 6 of the episodes, and a brief synopsis on all of these episodes. And then at the end of it is going to be, what episode did I like most in here? And I tell you what, it was a hard choice. It really was. It was definitely a hard choice. Holy crap. Now, last week I did the season finale of Black Museum, but before we get into that one, let's go ahead and talk about all of these. So this season started strong with the first episode entitled USS Callister. And I tell you what, this one was pretty stinking awesome. You had Matt Damon playing the bad guy, and holy cow, did he ever do a good job playing a bad guy. He really did. I think this might have been actually the first time I'd ever seen Matt Damon play a bad guy. And it was kind of one of them bad guys where, you know, you had two different worlds going on. You had the game that he was developing, that he was very much of a bad guy, you know, and he took out his aggressions and anger on these people, on the characters in the game, you know, and in real life, though, you kind of felt different about him, and you kind of maybe even felt bad about him in a way. You know, it was definitely one of them things. There was a lot of workplace bullying going on, and it was, you know, it was interesting. I tell you what, this one really was an excellent episode. It really was. You know, and your moral dilemma on this one was, you know, this game where he made for himself a way to let go and let out his aggression, and how the whole thing plays out is definitely a holy cow. And by the way, spoiler alert, because we're talking about all this. We really are. I really do hope that you've watched all of season 4, because you can definitely understand a lot more of what I'm talking about by, yeah. But is this type of outlet that he uses in the game that he's developing and has on his computer at home with USS Callister, is this a positive outlook? A way of which to deal with your anger and animosity towards people? Or is this a destructive obsession? Holy crap. I mean, on one hand, with the positive outlet, it's an aspect of, well, he's not actually doing this thing to people. You know, these things to people. He's doing them to people in a computer simulation type of a thing, if you will. But then again, how he gets these people into the game, it could also be classified easily as a destructive obsession. Holy cow. Again, dilemma. Big time dilemma. The second episode was Archangel, and this one was an aspect of how far would you go to protect your child? You know, and that's kind of the question theme type of thing, if you would, in this episode. You know, and this one took me a while, not necessarily to watch, but this one took me a while to, you know, let it out there and do a show on it, because, you know, like I had said in that episode, Archangel, it was a conflict of points of view for me, you know, because I don't have a child, you know, so trying to come at this from different perspectives was a little challenging to me to do this in a way that it just didn't sound absolutely horrible, you know. And I'm sure that even though my outlook is as it is, that if I were to have a kid, I'm sure that my outlook would be different. And I acknowledge that very much so. But maybe you as a parent, you would have a different type of an idea and stance on this. And that's one of them things that I am very curious as to see what that stance, what that outlook is. The next episode was Crocodile. Now, Crocodile, that little moral dilemma, if you will, would be would you risk it all to hide a crime? Because that's what happens in this episode. A very unfortunate accident. Two people, driver, passenger, decide to cover up a crime. And in so doing, one person, their life goes one way. The other their life goes an entirely different way. The person who has nothing to lose, whom actually committed the crime, kind of wanted to come clean, and the person whom had a lot to lose that really wasn't directly involved in the crime, but was involved in the cover-up, had everything to lose. And one crime to cover up another, to cover up another, to cover up another. Holy crap, snowball effect going in, a definite snowball effect. So how far would you go, and would you risk it all just to hide and cover up a crime? The next episode, Hang the DJ, and this one was I tell you what, this one was an awesome episode. It really was, because we've all seen these dating apps, and we all kind of question their mode operandus, how they operate. How do they come to the conclusions that they come to? What kind of information do they input in there? How do they use all that information in order to decide whom is going to be better matched with whom? And so in Hang the DJ, you really do get a behind the scenes view of these dating apps. And you really do just have to watch this episode to find out what goes on. Now, an awesome thing about Hang the DJ is you went through this entire thing just completely at a loss. I mean, confused, having no idea what was really going on. I mean, I know that I didn't. I knew something was off, but I didn't know what. And it really kept you going. And then you get to a point to where it's like, there's definitely something off. There's definitely something going on. I don't know what it is. I'm not completely sure as to what's going on, but this is, there's something going on. You know what I mean? So excellent episode. Highly recommend that one. And then we get into the next one, Metalhead. Now, this one was a post-apocalyptic world. And this one was, a question of, in a post-apocalyptic world, what would you hang on to keep your sanity? What is going to keep you grounded and help you hold on, help you maintain what have you? What's that one thing or things, however the case may be, that you would need in a bug out situation, post-apocalyptic situation? You've got to turn tail and run, and your life is never going to be the same again. What are you going to have that's going to help you in that transition to get you through the day, to help you wake up the next day? That's the question on this one. And then we had Black Museum. Now, Black Museum was amazing because this one was the first episode that I could recall in all of Black Mirror that it references directly to previous episodes. One of the episodes that I remember seeing in this one was let me. Where did I put that? Well, crap. I have no idea where I put that. Let me go ahead and pull up that page again. I apologize. I had that page up. But one of the things that it references in here is 15 Million Merits. And it references kind of sort of the entire history of You, both of those from season 1. And it does also reference, what's the other one? Nope, that one's not it. Oh, that one's cool. That one might actually kind of be in there. White Christmas, the special after, season 2. But it also definitely references San Junipero of season 3, episode 4. Definitely references that one, specifically references that one. And part of that reference was based off of technology that in this episode predates the technology that they were using in season 3, episode 4, entitled San Junipero. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. So with that being said, with a quick recap on all 6 of the episodes, which one was your favorite? I'm definitely very, very curious to find out. Now, if you are listening on Spreaker, or if you are listening over on Locals, or if you are listening, basically on those 2 places, or if you are watching on YouTube, then definitely go ahead and put your response to this next question and the previous questions down in the comments. Otherwise, you can email me, hoho@thehohoshow.com, or in which case you can also head on over to thehohoshow.com. Just click on the forums tab and go to the message board for season 4 and leave your comments in there and join the discussion. So now, without any further ado, what was my favorite episode for season 4? Was it USS Callister? Was it Archangel? Crocodile? Hang the DJ? Metalhead? Or Black Museum? And I tell you what, this one really was a toss-up. It really was a toss-up. It was a toss-up between Hang the DJ and Black Museum. I thought how they did Black Museum was amazing. I thought it was just really, really neat. And and then of course Black Museum, because one, it was just an amazing episode. It was done phenomenal. And the first time that they specifically referenced, and really referenced in general, any previous episodes of Black Mirror, I thought that was totally awesome. And to be honest with you, Black Museum is an episode that I'm going to have to watch again. I really am. Because I am sure that in Black Museum, there are Easter eggs that may tie into other episodes. And if you've seen those episodes and you've seen those Easter eggs, dude, let me know, because I'm curious. Now granted, I want to watch it and I want to find out for myself. But if you see Easter eggs too that point to other episodes, I want to know it. I want to just let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to hear what you got. I'll be happy to look at it and be like, oh, crap, you're right. I want to see those comments, because I know that them Easter eggs have to be in there. It's got to be in there. It's got to be in there, right? It's got to be in there. So, in all honesty, and not just because it was the most recent episode that I watched, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Black Museum as my favorite episode in season 4. So there it is. That's what we got. Let me go ahead and play that sound effect. I really need, yep. There it is. I know you guys can do better than that. This is ridiculous. There you go. Yeah, okay, yep. I know, I'm a geek, I'm a nerd. It's okay. But Black Museum, I've got to put that one down as, as my favorite episode for season 4. Very, very well done. Very good episode. Don't get me, so I'm going to put Hang the DJ as a very, very close, number 2 on that one. And then as kind of a toss-up between USS Callister and Metalhead, really, as far as which one gets number 3. Where 3 and 4 goes. USS Callister or Metalhead, because both of those excellent episodes. But yeah, my first one, my first 2. Black Museum is number 1, and a very, 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 very close number 2 is going to be Hang the DJ. That is episodes 6 and then episodes 4. So there you have it. There's my winners for this season. Now, the next episode, let me tell you, I am excited to watch this episode, because This one is a movie that they did between seasons 4 and seasons 5. A movie entitled Bandersnatch. Now, I'm not going to get into the episode with what I have read. I will leave that to that episode, but I am excited to watch that movie, to watch that film. And I hope that you guys have watched it, and I hope you have had an opportunity to play around with it, because I just want to know how in depth they get in this movie. I really do. I want to know what they do. I want to know how they did it. You know, I want to pull back that curtain a little bit, and I want to play with it. I want to have some fun. That's what I want to do. Play with some controls, play with some levers, move some knobs around a little bit. That's what I'm wanting to do. So what was your favorite episode of season 4? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Was there any different takeaways that you had for any of these episodes? Let me know in the comments. Send me an email, hoho@thehohoshow.com, or of course you can head on over to thehohoshow.com. Either leave some feedback in the contact me section of the homepage, or of course you can head on over to, the forum tab and join the discussion board for season 4. Those are your options. I hope you take them. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So you guys have yourself a great one. That's all I got. Until next time. Thank you for listening to the Black Mirror Podcast. If you would like to join the conversation, you can comment on this episode at Spreaker.com or go to thehohoshow.com /forum in the discussion board for this season.